Welcome everybody to episode 4 of Rolling Until Ragnarok's to Fellow Tyrant. What were you going to say, Marin?
I was going to say not number 5.
Not number 5 yet. It's rule number 5, but not episode number 5. To Felling a Tyrant. There we go. What a great opening. I love our openings. They're so much fun. Anyway, if you haven't used our link yet to go buy Doomling stuff, we are still partnered with Doomlings. It's an amazing game. The same stuff I say every time. But now they have helped share out some of our episodes, and they are being really cool. And there's a new link down there, doomlings.com/untilragnarok, and you will still get 15% off your entire order. But it's like, you know, more official and stuff. And if you already ordered stuff from them, you should go back and order again because you want more. And yeah. Also, they have, I think, a whole new Halloween thing coming out, or I'm pretty sure I saw that, and that looks really cool. I want some of that, so I'll probably end up buying that myself.
Using our code, of course.
Yep. Man, no, but for real, if they have Halloween plushies, oh my god, I'm gonna do
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna
be.
They were pretty good size too.
Oh yeah. So there are 2 size plushies for the Doomlings. You can either buy little ones that are like really compact and you can throw them like a baseball, and they're awesome. But the bigger ones come and they're like actually pretty. Yeah, there's one right there. Isis, thank you. And, yeah, and he gives no fucks. Look at him.
He doesn't.
He is channeling his inner Mayrin right now.
Oh yes. But yeah, all the Doomling plushies are amazing, and they're fairly big, and they're so they're like that perfect balance between squishy and firm, so you can use them as a pillow. And
Exactly.
I could talk about them for a long time, but we're gonna skip that and say we're going into the episode now. Our heroes ended off last time learning that the great seer of Yansi, Yeth, this water buffalo of a minotaur, has decided that he is going to sacrifice all the minotaurs that are working for him in some giant ritual for his patron, and make this like blood shard. And he offered Isis to work with him, and Isis said nope, and walked out. And they have met Grant and Hamlin, the Minotaur archaeologists and professor that are currently working here and excavating some of this great site at the old ancient ruins of Malachite's Abbey. And they are just the coolest people, according to Mayrin. At least Grant is. And and they're having an issue with the Skedeth, which are like these rat people that live under the ground that only have a couple versions, or a couple places that they come up to the surface at. One of those places is the main entrance to the underground part of the Abbey, and they are not allowing anybody to pass through this area. This is their land and their area, and they don't allow any trespassers or any passersby at all. But Aeson, a great warrior of some renown, has made friends with the head of their Seekers Guild, and named Vashat, and he has agreed to allow Aeson to become friends of the Skeda, as long as Aeson comes up top and brings Vashat the head of Yeth, which is the buffalo that they all decided they hate anyway. So this is where we are. We've decided the group has gotten back together. They've decided that they are going to go do away with Yeth and just see how it goes from there. I believe that's where we are. Does anybody have any other points that they'd like to make from last time? No. Sounds
No, I think
good.
we're good.
Sounds good. It's now late night. Everybody has had their long rest. I'm gonna say this is about 8 hours later. So think like early AM, late into the night, and this is when you would start to. For those who did get the full 8 hours rest, you might start to get up. You might start to hear some stirring. The first thing that you would hear if you were to get up you'd see Grant talking to a couple of the Minotaur workers and giving them this whole talking to and pointing up the road and help and they would be starting to put some kind of like very the gear that they put on when they're going to do excavating. So it's not like armor per se, but it would be like, padding to stop shrapnel from hitting them, or like extra stuff when they're blasting through some of the ground. And you can see them getting some gear together, and then a couple of them taking some pickaxes. And he has this great big smile on his face, and he looks like he is just doing the greatest work of all. And off into the corner, Professor Hamlin is just snoring away, drooling on himself, having a good sleep in the corner. He's every once in a while he kind of just looks around in his sleep, still asleep, and just says, "Oh, over there, over there, over there." He goes back to sleep. But there's a little bit of a hustle going on here. And up at the top, you can see the tent. There's an eerie purple glow to it. Who would like to take it from here?
There's fuckery afoot.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like the purple glow of that tent. I think we need to pick up the pace a little bit.
Asen would look down at his feet when she said fuckery's afoot.
Damn it. Fuckery is afoot, but not that kind of fuckery. It's not the good kind, Asen.
Yeah, it's the bad kind.
There's a bad kind?
Yeah.
That weird glow.
Oh, okay. You mean like when they tie you up and drag you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
maybe.
Wow.
In the pit, when you lose, they tie you up and drag you out. The bad kind.
That makes more sense. Yeah, that's bad. That's the bad kind.
Okay. What would you all be doing at this point then?
I think Soul is going to stretch and then reach down and grab what once would have been a pot lid, but is now a proper piece of equipment. First proper weapon or armor that he's had. A rounded shield, spikes along the front that looks like it could get stuck in somebody. And give it a few raises, move it in front of him a few times just to get more used to the weight before saying, "All right,
Ace
we
is
doing
gonna
this?"
like Ace is gonna reach over and like lift up Sticky's arm a little bit, be like, better. Show you how to properly hold the shield.
Soul's gonna look over at you and just say, "Thank you."
Okay. We kill Mini Cow now.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like now is the absolute best time before whatever that weird, as Mayrin called it, fuckery, gets worse.
Asen's still gonna look down at his feet again.
Is all this loud enough for Grant to hear?
I don't know. I assume we're probably just having like conversation.
Okay.
I'm not like trying to be quiet, but I'm also not shouting at the same time.
Okay. Well, then I mean it's early enough and everything's pretty quiet. I think Grant might just hear the conversation. Maybe not hear what you're saying.
Specializes in stealth.
Yeah, I don't know where to go with that. So I think Grant will look over and say, "Ah, you're awake. That's wonderful. I have a couple of my men, and I will keep keep extras from bothering you if you are going to go and take care of our mutual acquaintance, as it were."
That's very helpful. You wouldn't happen to have any more of what you were using to make everything blow up down there, would you? Something like that to get rid of the tent might be helpful.
I mean, yes, I feel like using explosives to take out a tent might be a little bit much when when you're inside of it. But and currently I think we're going to use the tent to make sure that there's no extras involved.
Fair.
But if it goes the other way, I will happily blow up the tent with you in it if you need me to.
I would
Who's
prefer not.
mutual? Just gonna look over. Who's mutual?
Just
Nobody?
something as a last resort if something goes wrong.
It's always a resort, and that's normally the last one, let me tell you.
I don't get it. I thought we were killing the big cow, the short cow. Who's mutual?
That's his middle name, and he's gonna turn and look up the road.
Yeah. He sometimes goes by the middle name, Asen. I can understand where that would be confusing.
It's so that nobody knows who we're talking about.
We're trying to be sneaky.
Clever.
Like the
Very
pacifist
clever.
thing.
Yeah.
All right,
Rule
well,
number 5, don't you remember? You're a pacifist until you pass your fist through someone's face.
Oh, man.
that's very clever. All right. I'll go get in position. I wish you all luck, and I don't think you'll need it. But if anything happens, call, and we'll make sure that there's assistance.
Will do.
Look, luck and cards and stacking them in our favor. We're good at that.
Luck it is then, and he's gonna look at Mayra and wink, and then turn around and like lumber off up the roadway. To the left, and he's gonna make this left as he gets to where the tent is, and that's where kind of all of Dung Snout and all them kind of are camped for the most part. All right. So, there you go. Who's going? How are you all approaching and going in the tent and all that stuff?
Are we doing this stealthily?
I
Very
feel like
good at stuff.
that's probably the best idea.
Isis, you spoke with him before, right?
Right.
Perhaps if you take the lead, keep him distracted. Or guide us all in like we're all trying to speak with him.
Yeah, I like that idea. I can say that I discussed the plans with my group and we would all be willing to help, maybe lead him into thinking that he has assistance.
False sense of security and all that.
I am absolutely happy to assist him in bloodshed.
Bye.
Wait
Alright.
for it.
I can't do it now.
right. Very good.
Then yeah, if that's the case, then she will lead the way up to the tent to speak with our boy again,
Oh boy.
our guy.
Very good, very good. So, as you would like poke, like or push into the tent, the air and everything feels very claustrophobic. But this is you would see like he's standing over the large that the large chalice of liquid that he had. And he was like, and before where he was talking to it, now he is like putting blood into it and like bones, and there's smoke pouring out of it. This is that purple mist that is being seen around it. He's doing he's in the middle of doing some kind of ritual. This is the first time Mayrin would see this, but you saw it last time, Isis. There are all of these little pixie and fairies that are bound by strings, magical string to him. And they are currently like crying openly, and their tears are slowly being pulled into the chalice as well.
Have I ever seen a fairy? That doesn't really feel like something that would be in Underwing.
I don't know if you've ever seen one in person. They are not plentiful, we'll say, in this part of Saltara. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like walking in, just peeking in, she would be like, "Oh, hello again. Seems like your." And she looks around. Ritual is coming along quite nicely.
You've brought more. They you might as well take your friends and go before you get caught up in something that you have already spoken freely that you are not interested in being involved in.
I did, but once I presented the idea to my party, they made me see sense. They made me realize that there are grander plans that we need to work on to accomplish our goals. I was very short-sighted, and we would like to see if we would be able to help you.
Short-sighted.
Give me a presence roll.
I think you're pretty tall. You're as tall as me.
Thank you, Asen.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about being short.
No, that's a me problem.
That's an 8 on hope.
On hope,
Oh.
That's not...
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, and I believe if my notes are correct, I have 3 fear currently. He would, Armalieth will look up, and he'll kind of peer through all the magic and the fog at you, and help. Greed is a mighty thing. We did not talk about pacts or any sort of agreement. What part of our talk brought you back? And as he says that, he's going to pull some of his own hair out and drop it in, and it's gonna make like these like laughing faces kind of pour out for a second into the steam.
Yeah. She would stop for a minute, and she would try her best to put on a face of like concern that she's like, "You're right. I am stuck here. A fact that I have not admitted to anyone else. And I do need a way to get home." and I will be willing to do anything to make sure that happens.
Okay. He is gonna mark a fear or use a fear, and because you are lying, and even though he doesn't know you're lying,
Mm-hmm.
it is a passive of his.
Jesus.
When you lie to him, you mark a stress.
Okay.
But it requires one of his fear. And when he uses his fear and you mark the stress, this is going to cause the room to churn, and you will notice that if anybody is like, if their back is to where the door was, it almost feels like the area encloses itself. There's no real way out of the tent currently.
I think Soul will just look back real quick because he would have been closest to that flap to the tent.
Mm-hmm. It wouldn't look like it wouldn't look like a flap anymore. It is very much a completely covered area. This is the beginning of the ritual, and it would start to look like just mist that goes on forever. The purple mist.
Is this ritual some kind of is something that I would have seen before? Like, can I do some type of check to see if I can figure out what I would need to do to potentially interrupt it, stop it?
I think that it would be a knowledge check, and I don't think you'd have seen this ritual before, but
Okay.
very similar things. Most of these kinds of rituals are going to be incredibly similar.
Okay. Just in case though, I am gonna spend a hope to add one of my experiences, the be prepared, because
Mm-hmm.
to add to my roll. Let's see. You said knowledge. That is a critical success.
Okay.
Nice.
So
Nice.
a lot, like a heavy amount of magic and blood are both required for this ritual. This plane that you're on, there isn't a lot of magic. So that means that there has to be pulling magic from somewhere. And the only magical beings in this room currently would be you all and all of these pixies and fairies that are circling the top, that are now that are being held to him by soul wire. These little strings. It's like he's grabbed all of their strings of fate and bound them to him.
Okay.
So because of this, you would gather that this is his battery currently, and all of the blood that he is planning on using is, of course, all the minotaurs outside. So one of those two things need to be stopped. That being said, you don't really know which patron. You know his patron's Yeth, Yancy, but you are not sure what that means, because again, where Yancy is kind of like this name, it's not one that's important enough for you to like make notes of, kind of, you know what I mean? It's like it would be like in the circles of hell, it's not like he's one of the kings of hell or anything. He's just Yancy's just this being that happens to have power that he can pass around and make deals with. He's kind of a typical demon at the best.
So you said the Minotaur blood is one of the things he's using, and then like all the magical pixies and everything in the room is another one of the batteries.
Yeah, so currently the way this is probably going to go, how you'd assume, is all of these pixies are going to be the battery, and then whatever's going on, all these Minotaur are going to be sacrificed, which means he's probably already carved ruins around this area somewhere, and this is just the nexus or the beacon that is going to kind of everything on the grounds will die and all the blood will be sucked up into this place and then formed into the crystal or the shard that he is talking about.
How far away are we exactly?
Yeah.
The whole room itself is maybe 50 feet.
Okay.
So
I'm trying to figure out, like, could Asen, like, use his agility to get, like, right up next to, what's his name?
Armagh.
Yes, or
Yes.
Armal.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I was thinking his name was Yes. But not like in an aggressive, but more like he's kind of curious about like the fairies, but I can see him just being like even though he's really big, like moves really fast to like just kind of like be near him and like, I don't know, maybe poke a fairy or something. That's kind of.
I will say that anybody who moves will have to make an agility roll to do that anyway, to have him not react. But if you roll high enough, he won't react to it immediately. But the second there is enough tension in the air that you know the second you make a move, he will react. He is on guard and you can feel it. And the idea that the ritual started, you would, even you, Asen, would know that if you try and interrupt a sorcerer's ritual, he is going to react poorly.
Probably, but since we're going to kill him.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, the only other thing I had is I had a spell that I could use that would conjure suppressive magic around a specific target. So he couldn't really do anything magic-wise, but I don't know since we're so close in this tent that it would affect everybody else.
Well, read it.
Honestly, okay, so I have to make a spellcast roll against the target. On a success, I expend a hope to temporarily conjure suppressive magic around the target that encompasses everything within very close range of them and follows them as they move.
It's within 10
No.
feet.
Yeah, I would say very close is like.
So that would be like the whole.
No,
Oh.
you're further than 10 feet from him.
Right.
But if he moves around, anyone using magic gets stopped.
Yeah.
Basically, it says they can't make any noise and they cannot cast any spells until the GM spends 2 fear to end it.
Fun.
I say do it.
I say do it.
Okay. I guess that would be kind of like her card then, to be like, oh, like you think your magic is super powerful from this unknown demon that honestly I've never even heard of, which is kind of laughable, really, because I'm kind of a big deal. And she would, let's see, do a spell casting roll against this guy.
As far as the audience goes, I would just like you all to know that one of the cool parts about Daggerheart is that there is no initiative order. You just kind of play out the scene as it goes, and things happen back and forth. When they roll on fear or miss, then with an attack or something like that, then I would get to spotlight my characters and go from there. Just fun little knowledge fact for you. What'd you roll for your spellcasting roll?
20 on hope.
20, huh? I'm pretty sure you hit him, but I'll go ahead and check anyway.
I'm gonna take this screenshot because whenever you're ready, I got a critical success on my agility roll.
Nice. Oh my god, we're gonna wreck this guy. We're gonna completely destroy him.
Yep, it is 20 is above his difficulty.
So yeah, she would outstretch her hand and you would see what looks like the room would just feel like a little bit heavier, I guess, around him, as he can no longer make any noise and cannot cast any spells. So the only way to end it is if you spend 2 fear, or I take major damage.
What are you doing with your agility there, Asen?
Yeah, so Asen would get like just I want Asen to like almost feel like he appears like right next to the guy, and just kind of like drop a little bit lower and kind of do the whole like intimidation. But he's not gonna like he's like, so what are the little floaty fairy things, right? Like he's like right there. And like you're gonna see like Asen bend down from his height just to kind of give him that, remind him how small he is. Yeah, totally intimidating, this guy.
Very good. Would you like to roll intimidation? Which is going to be your presence, but I know you have an advantage on intimidating things.
I do.
He can't make any noise anyway, so he can't respond to you. So, I mean, that's pretty intimidating.
That is a 16 on fear.
Okay.
Can I like reach out and like touch one of the fairies maybe and like snap the soul string?
You won't be able to snap,
on that level of...
You won't be able to snap the soul string, but you could touch one, or you could reach your hand out for one, as if you're like trying to save them or take them. You just wouldn't.
He would take them. He's not really interested, probably, in saving them, but
I feel that.
But he would definitely like reach out, I think, to kind of like maybe grab one, or at least get close to it. I don't know. Can you grab them?
Yes.
Does it cause a lot of just?
They're physical.
Oh, okay.
They look like little, like imagine Tinkerbell if she had like more bug qualities to her.
We're going that route, I see.
Well, so they're not. It's not like grotesque. It's more like she has like if she had like a little thing with like ladybug wings. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's more color to it than just being a little tiny human. It's more. There's more qualities of like different. There's different kinds of things there.
Human-ish bugs.
They're more whimsical.
Okay.
I was more going for like the Studio Ghibli route of things than the like random horror aspect of it all. But I know with me it's hard to tell.
I think a humanoid orchid praying mantis sounds beautiful.
Beautiful, awesome. Speaking of which, Mayrin and Soul, would you like to go ahead and do something in the? You watch as I said, Asen and Isis immediately do this. Asen is like right in his face. Would both of you like to do anything before I fully have him react?
I was going to try to follow Asen's lead and just get close, get ready. Because clearly Isis has done something, and I just want to be ready to go.
Okay.
So I'm going to just try and get as close as I can.
If you're just getting into range, because of the way Asen has taken the charge, as to say, I will allow you to just move yourself into range, and that makes sense. Cinematically, it's perfect. I would say that Asen it's kind of like you following in the wave of Asen's movement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did anybody else see like the whole like Matrix move? You just kind of do like copies of yourself. Just
Mayrin is kind of she's gritting her teeth and she's contemplating what to do exactly, but with Yeth being suppressed, basically silenced, she's kind of like, as her hand is hanging, she's like rubbing her fingers together, and there's this moment kind of where Asen is like, he's asked this question and he's probably expecting an answer, and she's going to snap her fingers and cast Vicious Entangle on Yeth. Because she's barely containing this rage. If it was possible, the vines in her hair are darkening and they're emitting this like poisonous vapor away from them. The leaves have started to turn like they're decaying in her antlers.
Mm.
And I have to make a spellcast roll, which that is a 17 on let's say the blue one's hope. So it's a 17 on hope.
17 is under his.
Rude.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hang on. 30-20, because I didn't add the instinct modifier.
Okay, yeah, 20 is above his difficulty.
Yeah, it's a 17 on the dice, but I always forget to add my modifiers.
Did you say you mark a stress to do that?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. Never mind then. I'm sorry. For some reason, I heard in my head, when I was reading, I must have put that in my head as you said you did it. Okay.
Is there something whenever we mark stresses that we should know about?
Not yet. Go ahead.
No, I don't mark a stress for this one.
Not yet.
But he is.
I just
he
need to.
becomes,
That sounds like an awful NPC ability.
Yeah.
He becomes temporarily restrained and takes 9 damage.
9. Okay. Well, okay. I guess we'll find. I guess you're gonna find out anyway. I will roll. Whenever you do spell damage to him, it's reduced by a D10. So let's see if I can reduce it. And I rolled a 10. So that's fantastic.
Oh, no.
Although you do restrain him still, so I will.
Do you mean magic damage or physical damage?
Whenever you're using a spell to do damage to him.
Okay.
Oh, great.
I was just wondering because the spell does specify it's physical damage.
Right. No, it's basically whenever you cast a spell that does damage, it's reduced by a D10. So like if you're using your fist to do magical damage, it doesn't matter. It's spell stuff. And specifically what that will look like is as you cast the spell, the large chalice will bubble and you will hear like it'll sound like a herd of cows or steer are rushing around you, and it's almost like it kind of like makes it harder for you to focus.
Stampede.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You said the chalice, right?
Yes, it's a very large metal thing that is built into the ground itself. It's built out of like this big stone base that is on the ground.
Okay, so it's not like it's something I could just kick over. And...
No. I'm not doing a good job of explaining what it looks like. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. The ground that you are on is this large stone floor, and they have built this big metal and stone like chalice. I keep saying chalice, but I guess it's
more like a basin.
Yeah, it's more like a basin. And he was using it as like a it's like my joke where I wish I had a bird bath to like look at. But it's that type of thing. And there's a lot of blood and black liquid in it. Okay, I will activate it'll be my go, I guess. I have to spend 1 fear to unrestrain myself, I believe.
Yes.
And then I have to spend 2 fear to unsilence myself.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I cannot do anything that costs me fear this turn, except for the normal activation of my character, which is fine. he will headbutt Asen. As Asen kind of looks down and does the whole thing, he is going to slam his head and his horns into your horns, and as he does that, he will just yell, "This is a mistake you're making there, young child cat." And as his horns hit you, let's see.
I mean, don't you have to roll to hit me?
I am rolling.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, wait a minute. Like, who do you think you are here?
hit.
Right?
I got a 19.
That's higher than his evasion, yep.
Yeah. Let's see here. How does this go? Okay. What is my normal attack? So. Okay, so I need 3d8. So it'll be 14 physical damage as both of your horns like make that loud like cracking sound. Kind of sounds like thunder. And yeah.
In reaction, DM, when I see him going for the headbutt, since I'm assuming I'm very close to Asen at this moment,
Yeah.
I will try and just I'll use my stalwart subclass feature and reduce the damage by my armor class by marking an armor slot. And what it'll look like is Soul will see the headbutt coming and just stick a hand to the side of Asen's head while he's squatted down and just pull him to the side.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Wow.
So it'll reduce it by 11 down to it was 14, right? So it'll reduce it to 3.
Wow.
Nice.
Damage reduction.
So what this is,
I still have to mark an HP slot, though, right?
yeah, it's 1.
Yeah.
But instead of this full like clashing of horns, he moves you to the side and it just slams into the side, and his head kind of like looks back, and he kind of looks, and it's now you guys can go ahead and pick what you want to do. Remember, talk about it and figure out what you want to do, and then do things in order.
Okay.
But he is now like his full body and everything is looking at Isis as she is the one who just silenced him. And he just is gonna this was a mistake, trust me.
Isis would look at him and be like, "Oh, I'm a lot older than you think. My clan, my people, we've been around, and we're not going to let people like you tell us what to do anymore. We're not going to be imprisoned."
Ace is gonna look over at Sticky and be like, I just got moved by a frog. Like,
And it's at that moment that Soul is gonna release the side of your head and just immediately pull the piece of metal off of his back to be ready to swing. And there's a brief moment where if you're looking at Soul, his eyes look pissed off, and it's just gonna be me going into the unstoppable state for the Guardian subclass.
Yes.
totally take the first attack. Like, just like use Asen's head as like a launching board for like your very first attack, since you're like right there, and like get the first attack over Asen. Hilarious.
So
I can see Asen like, what the fuck is happening?
Exactly. Like, you see like this frog just like you can just see it all in like slow motion.
So what it'll be is instead of immediately releasing from your head, I'll basically pull you behind me and use the momentum of us switching places to pull my piece of metal out and go for his head just with a swing.
Is Mayrin and Isis okay with him taking the first swing?
If y'all are alright with that.
Realistically, if he was to fail, we could rearrange what is happening when. It's just that somebody is going to go, and the failure is going to be the last thing that happens on the turn. We have done that before as far as
Yeah.
the way we do Daggerheart, and I just think that's a fun system to make sure cinematically the whole scene works out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have rolled on fear, so I will be going last.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to think of what I'm gonna do. I'd probably try to get in close and like swipe at him again with my claws like I did before and add the fire damage to him as I'm pumping it. So let's see what I roll for that. And then yeah, I guess we'll decide based on
So
that.
cinematically this would look like Aeson has now become the springboard for Soul, who is gonna like swing on him, coming down on him from above. Aeson is now there in front of him. Isis has snuck up to the side of him to get attacked. So he's being attacked from both sides and from above. And Mayrin, what are you gonna be doing, even though I know you rolled on fear?
I'm gonna use Unleash Chaos on him.
Good choice.
What does that look like?
In this moment, it kind of looks like this well, not marble, but like a dodgeball of, whereas before it was wind blowing around leaves and flowers and it looked very pretty. This one has fire and heated rock spinning inside of it.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I love it. Okay. So Soul, make your attack. Or everybody roll your attack, and does anybody else roll on fear?
Because mine ended up being a 19 on hope to hit.
I got a 15 on hope to hit.
I was going to ask before I roll because I've got the Orderborn thing. I want to see if I can just, under my breath as I'm going for the swing, just be like, will not have a tyrant sacrificing anyone else. Not like Moonsalt, not anymore. And use that as an embodiment of my order to roll with a D20 instead of a D12 for hope.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Do we know his AC?
Well, that is 2 2s, but it's a crit.
His AC is between 17 and 20.
Okay, so you're telling me I need to roll the Slayer dice.
Okay.
I'm just going to take a picture of this as a little bit of...
That's super cool. I love it.
That's crazy.
So we're going to have Soul go first with his thing, because that was cinematically, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think that as he like falls onto him with his attack, Isis, that's kind of when you like slink up to the side, and I feel like Aeson would be like, "The fuck," as all this is happening, and then be like, "This is not, it's not okay. I'm not third," and then like take his attack.
That's exactly it.
No, not third. He's fifth.
Yeah. 5.
I will not be fifth.
Great.
It's awesome.
So for this, with me coming down on him from above, I'm going to try and just drive the spike shield up along the side of his face to give him a nick before bringing the mace down.
Mm-hmm.
And if I remember, I got to remember how a crit success works for damage. I have not done that.
Crits, you take the max number on the dice, and then you roll again and add it to it.
Okay, so it's a minimum of 29 right now.
Good. We're all about to learn something really fun.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Okay.
That's 37, 41. No, 43, sorry. That's a 6, not a 4. Plus 5 is 48 damage.
All right. You do 3 health to him. And
Ah.
as you do the 3 health, there is like this burst of like purple energy as you slam into him, and he Yeth kind of like shakes and gets slightly bigger to everybody, and his eyes like envelop. And who's the second person to attack? I believe it was Isis. Isis, why don't you do your damage?
Okay, well, he's gonna take 25 fire damage
Mm-hmm.
for me.
Is it just 25?
Yeah.
Fantastic. You do 2 HP slots to him. And so that's a total of 5 so far. But what happens is as you hit him, he will look at you and you'll just hear in your head, you didn't do enough. That's not good enough. Look at your friend. He has done so much more than you. You will not live up to him. And this is a mark of rivalry. And because you did not do as much HP as the first person that attacked this turn, you will lose a hope and mark a stress. And when you mark a stress, everybody else within far range will also lose a hope.
What?
Okay.
Okay, so that means that's Soul and I, because we're far range, right, from Isis.
You guys will both lose. All three of you will lose hope.
Yeah, we're all within far range.
Yeah.
Yeah, far range would probably encompass this entire tent.
You will have disadvantage to hit him with your next attacks.
Just you or everybody?
Isis.
Oh, me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because she has a mark of rivalry now. So until she can do more HP, or the same amount of HP as Soul, she will have disadvantage to hit him.
Great.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That is insane. I kind of love that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a
Which
jealousy
side are you
sort
on
of
here?
thing.
I guess like she would stop then. Like she would look down at her hands and she would like look up at Soul and her eyes would just kind of squint a little bit, I guess, because of that shit.
Yeah.
Like you would almost see her glaring at him in like a menacing kind of way.
Oh god.
Asen, I believe you're swinging now.
I thought I was fifth.
Yep.
You are, you're fifth, go.
It's fifth. Go ahead.
Okay.
Unless you roll on fear, in which case Mayrin's will go off.
No, I got a 15 on hope, and then I used my what is it? Call of the Slayer to add 5 to my attack roll.
Oh, very good. Yeah, you hit him.
Okay.
How much
great.
damage do you do?
That is what we are looking at. 27.
27 means you do 2 damage. Same thing happens. Everybody loses a hope. You mark a stress as well, and now you will have disadvantage on hitting him as well until you are able to do 3 HP to him because of Soul.
Oh, good. Lovely.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
And
Oh.
he will again get a little bigger.
Oh.
He's still not as tall as either Isis or Asen, but he is just a little bit bigger.
Okay, so we're marking a stress, but then everybody else loses a hope.
Yep, every time one of you mark a stress, everybody loses a hope. Mayrin?
That's dumb. Well, luckily with my 26 on fear, I also rolled a 27 for damage, but I'm going to spend one of my hopes to use the experience Follow the Queen and add +2 to it. Make it
so
29.
And it'll be 3 HP. That's very good.
Oh, good. I didn't know that. I was trying to do the most amount of damage.
That's the number. Okay, great,
29 is the threshold number.
Okay. Oh, we could totally hit that. Yeah.
I was like, I could have rolled a little bit
do
better.
more damage?
Do this.
Okay, so that brings him to... You have done 10 HP to him. Good job, guys.
Yay.
Shouldn't that be like the end of his HP? That sounds like a lot.
Sounds like a lot.
It is a lot, but every time you all don't do enough, he gains an HP.
Fun.
So
that's dumb.
God.
He's got 1 or 2 left. I will now I'll spotlight him, and we will use the 2 fear that I've gained. And the first one I will use to, he will grab the chalice and lean in and lap up some of the blood, and I will restore 3 health to him.
Ooh.
Bring him to 7. And then he will look up at Mayrin, who just hit him with this spell, which I didn't reduce the 10 on. I didn't do the D10 to reduce it. You're lucky. I forgot that. And he will what should I do? Actually, I'm going to save that fear. And I will just go ahead and swing on Isis instead of doing the second thing.
But he looked at me. Does he not want to fight with a queen? He wants to fight with foot soldiers and pit dwellers?
Yes.
Apparently.
So it'll be a 17 to hit.
Jesus God.
And didn't roll that good. So it'll be 15 damage.
So I have a question though. So as if we mark a stress at all, we all lose hope, or is it if he causes us to mark a stress?
It is when you mark a stress.
Period.
Yes.
Okay.
So any of our attacks that use a stress.
That's why I was asking.
That is awful.
That is awful.
That is the point of this fight. Is to
Real quick,
all of it.
Isis, is that enough to go over your minor into your major threshold for damage?
Yes.
All right. So I will use another armor slot and reduce that by 13 this time, since Unstoppable raises my AC. And it'll just be, in this instance, he's turning to strike her, right? Just straight out, or was it with a spell?
No, yeah, he lapped up and then he turns and just goes to punch her.
For that, I'll just take the shield and try and just catch his arm between a couple of spikes before sliding it out, making it a smaller hit.
Yeah, it makes it just glance her to the side, and he looks down. His arm is now like very large, like he is like hulking out as this goes. That's what it looks like, at least. Although he's still very small compared to 2 of you. So it just glances her.
He'll just looking up like, oh, okay, this is bad.
And he'll look down and be like, you're so, what are you, everywhere? And then he will cinematically go to stomp on you, but you evade him. Okay.
Oh, actually, that's 14. I forgot it increases my armor by my proficiency, not just by 2.
Nice.
But still.
Soul is awesome.
I'm real good at not getting them a lot of damage. All right.
Okay. And then that'll end my whole thing, except for one of the fairies will die and drop into the blood.
Oh.
As her magic is used up. There are a total of 5 fairies minus the. There used to be 6, but Asen now is holding one in his pocket, so, or wherever Asen has put this fairy. So there is 5 fairies now, 4 up there.
Are there pockets on those?
On the barbarian booty shorts? No.
Yeah.
So he's just tucked him in between his shorts and his hip.
Yep. Fairy is.
Good.
The fairy is just there.
Exactly. I intend to take this one with me.
I almost made a bulge joke. Okay. You all, it's your all's turn to go ahead and do some stuff.
All right,
y'all. Thoughts?
So my best hope at this stuff is just to hit him repeatedly. I do that and I get in the way of damage. Oh yeah. That is an option. I
Do
forgot
it.
that was a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, we could do a really big team attack. I've got 3
Like, do
hope that I
people
can
have-
spend if need be.
I was like, "Did y'all have hope to spend for that?"
If
Mhm.
I do. I was
I
maxed
was like,
out.
"I don't got no hope."
I was maxed out before we started, and we've only lost 2 so far, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
So I've got 4 to spend.
Yeah, it sounds to me like y'all could team up, like you said, and do a combo attack, and that would really
Well, is the team up only with 2 players? I thought you could do like
only 2.
We were doing 3v4 because it was fun and it was our own little side thing, but really it's 2 people.
oh, okay, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, could we do 3? But okay.
Later on, one of you will. Or go ahead, Mayron.
I was also opting to spend extra hope on Generva to do 3 people.
Right.
Oh.
I have learned how to make better NPCs for you to fight now that take away hope, so you can't be doing all this trash.
Yeah, and we don't like it.
Why you should use Soldier's Bond.
Forgot. I didn't put it in my thing because I was maxed out today.
Yeah, that
We
is the
started.
same reason. Yeah, it's not in my my vault either.
Well,
But I do have a thought for a tag team attack we could do.
Okay.
We've got Small Frog, very big Aeson, very big Isis. We could just do what is illegal in football and do a high-low on him. Just hit him in both the shins and the head at the same time.
Oh, you want a 3D him? Nice.
Nice.
Just clothesline him in 2 spots at once. Is that
That is what
Oh.
it's called, right? It's called a 3D. That's.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
if
don't
that,
know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something that my friends just called it or if it was a real thing now.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I just know I got yelled at a football game for doing a high-low by accident when I tripped.
nice.
Okay, so the 3 of us are
Maybe 2 of
are
you.
attacking him.
It would have to be 2, unless like
What's the extra hope to make it 3?
There is no. Actually.
there isn't.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, if like
One
Ace,
of
like
the-
if Ace wanted to use Hope to combo with me, or like, and then Soul wanted to combo with Mayrin, you can only combo with 2 people.
And you can only do it once per
session
as well. Per each person can only do it once per session. Eventually, though, one of the character classes does get an ability that allows you to do an extra team up thing. I forget what it is though.
I have to look that up.
The Warriors Path of the Brave, whatever it's called.
Oh,
cool.
Yeah.
And you can find an item later that allows you to spend 5 hope for 3 people to do the tag team role.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But
Okay.
so Soul and Aeson are going to do this because I know that Isis is currently looking at
I don't got
Soul,
no hope.
but also Isis is looking at Soul like nah, we ain't. I'm your rival currently, and I feel like we should play into that
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I said what I said, because
Although-
I was like,
Yeah. Ace has been pretty impressed with Soul. He's like, okay, maybe Frog is warrior after all. So yeah, let's do that.
All right.
And then he's using magic to make himself strong. That's against the rules.
Rule
Yeah.
number 5.
If he can break rule number 5, so can we.
yeah.
But yeah, do we want to do that for
Yeah,
the tag
that
team
sounds
rule?
good.
All
Yeah,
right.
that sounds great.
I'm gonna go ahead and drain that 3 hopes, so it's marked. All right.
So both of you roll to hit.
Yep.
I believe Aeson, you have disadvantage to hit.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
But
Yeah.
Soul's gonna hit anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it.
You gotta be kidding me.
Or
That's
not.
another crit.
See, I told you.
Ah,
Well, I got
Soul
a
is the new
17, so
Generva.
it was just as good coming back. So yeah,
this
let's go with
this
his
damage
crit.
is about to be insane.
And then all of you are gonna have more problems.
Yeah.
There's no way that I can match that.
It's honestly, you can match 3 HP. That's the most you can do. So I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh my god. Okay, so
So
is that
I think it's safe to say that you all aren't going to double his HP, his threshold total for the max threshold thing, but you might actually. Go ahead, roll up your damage.
all right?
I forgot you crit. Go ahead.
Yeah, base 29 for mine, plus whatever the dice say here. Oh, we got lucky there. Or he got lucky there. It's plus 5, so 34 from my dice here.
Mason, roll your damage.
I got 23 damage because okay, no, we're not gonna. Okay, no, we're not gonna mark a stress for that. So yeah, we're just gonna go with the 23.
So it was 30. What plus 23?
34 and 23, so that'd be 57.
Damn.
That is 1 away from his max.
I was going to say, somebody
Oh,
spend a
man.
hope and add your experience to it.
That is
Yeah.
I do
Yeah,
have one more
I-
hope. I do have one more
I-
hope.
I'll do the hope to add what you call it. So I'll take off 1 hope and add 2, and I'll do the you should have paid attention.
That's fun. I like that. Okay, so what does your all's joint attack look like since you're about to do 4 HP to him?
So
Yeah, like you said, it's just kind of like that. We hit him from like 2 different angles. You know,
think
like again, my axe is blunt, so I'm just gonna like take his legs out, essentially.
oh, I forgot. I was supposed to add 2 to that damage anyway, so because of the unstoppable.
Very cool.
But I think how I'll be doing it is Soul will just drive the legs from the ground and just hop straight into him with the piece of metal extended to just drive through his legs.
Okay, if he's taking the leg, then I'll go straight for his head. Then, like
Nice. Okay.
like a baseball effect.
All right. So who is attacking next? Because we're going to talk about how funny this is about to be.
I want to say, like, cinematically, since Isis was so mad that she couldn't do as much damage at Soul, it might be her.
So look. This is what's going on. He has 1 HP. You're not going to by yourself do 4 HP to him. So realistically, you have to do 2 HP worth of damage to kill him.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, he just took massive damage though. Hold on a second. I saved my fear. So I will use a fear, and he has a reaction taking massive damage in close proximity. Hold on.
Did we ever find out what his evasion is?
I don't know.
It's 18.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I knew it was between 17 and 20, but we
So-
didn't know like the exact one.
Right, like we either get a 17 or it's a 20. Like
Okay, so very specifically, since you all did this joint thing, I need both of you to make a finesse reaction roll against me. Because you did severe plus damage to him. So he has a reaction that's very fun. But
I gotta.
go ahead.
Yeah, no, I can wait. If you need me, you know.
Whichever one of you gets lowest and is low, if one of you is lower than 17, we'll talk.
I'm
I
lower
got a
than 17.
21 on hope.
It's a 3 on hope.
Okay. Aw. I feel bad for this a little bit. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
As you attack him, and he is gonna look up, and both of you do this like crazy damage, and he yells, "Well, I guess what's good for me, what's good for you is good for me." And he looks up, and his hand envelops your shield and shatters it, destroying your item.
Oh no.
Oh,
Well, you served me well, Shield, for the little bit we were there.
That was good. You'll have to get Grant's people to make you a new one.
Yeah. I mean, I got that Dragonfire resistant metal. Maybe I can get him to use that.
Ooh, that's actually really fun.
So technically, I was trying to like figure out if I could like spin it as like an attack of opportunity, right? Because I'm like I've kind of hit him, so I feel like I'm kind of moving, which kind of puts him like out of melee range, maybe.
I was gonna say you're kind of over. At this point, Isis is making her swing, I believe.
Right.
But this was like his reaction to like everything going on and I spent my last fear. But Isis, go ahead.
okay. Well, I rolled an 18 on fear to hit him, so.
Yeah, you hit him.
And he's gonna have to do 2 HP.
Mm-hmm.
So, is that 29 damage?
No.
That was 29 was 3, I
29's
think.
3.
Oh, okay. I think I just noticed the giant ass Kai sitting across me. Like it just
He's just
I just looked up and I was like,
Zinni doesn't find you entertaining enough.
Zenny's hanging out, yeah.
And I'm gonna spend my last hope to do my elemental origin since I'm using fire damage, which allows me to add +3 to the damage.
Yep.
Okay. So how does 21 sound?
That is 2 above his threshold for 2. So, yeah, you hit him and he collapses into the goblet or the big saucer of blood. And as the mist disappears and dissipates, you hear a loud explosion outside. And you'll hear just the laughter of Grant in the background. No, you will stay away. And just the tent's flap will kind of go in and out as the wind pushes in from the explosion.
bet. Aiton's gonna pick up his body because we need to deliver it to the skeleton. So
I was gonna
like
ask, does he still have the staff on him? Because I want to look at get a closer look at that magical item.
The staff falls as Aeson goes to approach where the body is. The goblet and all the blood seeps up, and he starts to like shake, almost like he's coming back to life. And before you can like go to reach down or anything, out of the shadows, the Vashat, the rat, comes jumping out and just stabs into the back of his neck. And he looks up at you.
I was going to crack him with my 18 on hope.
right?
And Vashat looks up at you and goes, that was a really good fight. Good job. And he'll slide down its back with his knife and jump backwards. And as he jumps and lands, he holds his knife. He holds his knives out, and a bunch of little rats come out of the shadows and buff them.
Right. Aiton's cool with the rats coming out to buff him. His problem is that the rat stole his kill. Like, did you not trust me enough to take care of this? Like, he's just gonna completely ignore rats coming out to buff this guy's source. Like, when you're a warrior of that status, people do that. He gets that part.
We completely trusted you. We did not know if you saw his body moving afterwards. But you all did the killing. It was wonderful to watch.
I think Soul in this moment is just staring up at this one, and he's holding his arm like he's still got the shield before just putting it down and being like, "Oh, that's right," and coming out of the adrenaline state a little bit.
This will be the first time most of you have seen Vashat. He is about 4'5" rat person. He has this cloak on, and the rats that shine his daggers, the 2 daggers he's holding, they also apply a coat of poison to them and then back off into the shadows. And Vashat like spins his daggers like they're revolvers and puts them back in their holsters.
Yes.
And he looks around and goes, "Ah, you must be the companions he spoke about. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. We were told that this would be happening. I'm just here to pick up my prize."
Marin looks at him and says, "Greetings," but she's more preoccupied with the pixies.
There are 5 left, 4 that are floating about, and 1 that is currently trying to get out of Asen's hot pants.
They're no longer tethered though, are they?
No, the strings shatter as and the goblet begins to melt, so blood is now filling the floor.
Right. Asen would be like, "Don't forget our deal to fight later."
We can take care of that whenever you're ready. I look forward to it.
And then he's gonna lean over and be like, "I need to get my own, blade cleaners when I reach that level."
They are a lot. They are a good little help. Maybe we take a walk outside and fight in the sunlight. It's very rare. I come up to the surface.
Yes.
Asen, I take it this is the one you told us about last night?
And he's like, "Right, I did talk. Yes. This is," and I wrote that name down this time so I wouldn't call him Duke.
It's Vashat.
Vashat, yes. This is Vashat. He is a seeker, a great warrior of the Skedded. He, in exchange for the bull's head, we get to have a fight later.
He shakes his head very excitedly.
Great. That's
Yeah. And he said something about safe passage, but we don't, come on, safe passage. Anywhere I go is safe.
Marin wants to steal the pixie from his hot pants.
No.
That is I guess it's a finesse roll versus instinct.
Agility?
No, it'd be against your instinct to see if you notice.
perceive.
Why? Why was she still my pixie?
I need you to roll better than a crit.
Damn.
It was an 11 with fear.
That was close. It was very close.
No.
How many crits are we getting today?
Critter day, it doesn't matter.
keep going. And but Vashat will you'll see him turn and like gesture to the darkness, and it would feel like a lot of stuff moves away, but you wouldn't see anything. But you can it's like you can feel the presence dissipate. And Vashat will look up towards most of you and then look down at Soul. But he'll look around and say, "Well, we shall go. And It's a pleasure to meet all of you. If you are part of Asen's group, then you are all now synonymous with his name amongst my people.
I'm guessing that's good.
If you ever
Of course.
if you ever find yourselves below in the empire below, then you'll see that it is good to be friends of Askeda.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Mayrin would like to point out, I also want to note that the large bull outside Grant, he helped by making sure that this thing, she points at Yeth, his workers didn't interrupt this.
Roll presence.
And what are you asking? Anywhere you go with Asen is amazing.
That is a 22 with hope.
Okay.
He looks. Vishat looks at Asen and says, "The large bulls are with you."
I like to think I'm with myself.
He thinks, and his nose twitches a little
And you
bit.
count 5.
He thinks for a little bit, and he says, Let's talk with him outside then. I will meet with your large bull friend."
That's a step.
Yeah. I think Soul will hear that and just walk out and just let out the loudest croak he can to try and get Grant's attention.
Yeah. As you walk outside, you would see like a bunch of the like Maul Ripper, who is up, and Dung Snout, and a couple of the other of the warriors are all like in the midst of this giant crater that looks like the ground has just been blown to pieces, and they're in the middle of fighting just Grant by himself. And Grant looks like he is holding his own very well.
Hot fuckery.
As you let out the croak, he goes, wait, and smacks Dung Snout in the face and says, "Hold on, pause." And he turns around and Solon goes, "How is everything?"
Armal is dead.
"See? Armal is dead. None of you have work here anymore. Go home." And the three of them kind of look at themselves, and he goes, "I've already killed 2 of you. Well, not killed. They're asleep. They're very, very hard asleep, but they're asleep." And he looks around and goes, "Somebody that can heal, go heal the 2 people on the ground over there. But there's no reason for me to put the rest of you to sleep today." And he kind of gestures, and Maul Ripper looks, and Asen, are you walking out as well?
Yeah, I wonder if we can hire them to clean my blades.
And and as Maul Ripper would make eye contact with Asen and go, "Oh, hey, Snap, that's the guy I was telling you about. He fell too. Asen, did you kill Armal?"
Yes.
"Oh, he was paying us."
What? Why do I care about being paid? He's like, what honor? What good is money?
Food.
Clothing.
She makes food. He makes food. I make food.
Okay.
He was also sacrificing the workers.
There was that.
That's the important part.
Soul roll presence.
All right.
While you're doing that, Asen's gonna full on walk over there to him and be like, so, I know you don't have a job and like food's important to you, like, but as a warrior, you always have, but that's not important. Do you want to clean my blades? Like, he's gonna like give him like super weird eye contact. Be like, you can come with me.
What did you roll, Soul?
It's a 6 on hope.
Okay. He's gonna like look and go sacrificing minotaurs. We're minotaurs. What do you mean he's sacrificing minotaurs? That sounds ridiculous. Clean your blades. No, I'm not. That's not me. Dung Snout's gonna look at you and go, how much are you paying?
He's gonna like whisper over to like Isis to be like, help.
I feel like while all this is going on, Isis is trying to inspect Yeth's staff because she wanted to take a look at that too and see what was going on with that, and be like, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, Asen, whatever he says, that's what you just gotta agree with what they say." And she's just still looking.
And so Asen's gonna be like, "Yes, adventure and food, yes."
And then Mallripper's gonna like push Dung Snout to the side and be like, he's not cleaning your stuff either. He's got stuff to do. We have to go back home now. And he's like, without money in our hand, this is so annoying. And then he's gonna look at Grant, and Grant's gonna be like, go, and like kind of like make a big deal out of it, and they'll walk off. The staff is a gnarled like twine staff. I'd have to find the item and give it to you, but if you want to keep it, I'll give it to you after the session. So you can
yeah. I just wanted to like see if there's anything important about it, but yeah, that's fine.
Any of y'all need healing too?
I took no damage.
I took one damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's gonna like pull the distracted Isis over with her as she's doing as requested, despite not wanting to heal these very irritable Minotaur. Mm-hmm. And she kind of positions herself in the middle of all of them so they're all within close range, and she stomps one of her hooves on the ground, and the ground itself makes this ripple before flowers bloom up out of it, and everyone regains 1 hit point.
Ah, very nice.
Aw.
You.
It's pretty. I'm gonna like Ace is gonna reach for his fairy, right? And he's like, "Oh, this is pretty." Oh. It's gone.
Asen, you only had it for 5 minutes. How'd you already lose it?
Do they absorb? Do they like, like, is it a part of me?
No, you gotta take care of it. You gotta watch it, Asen. Gotta keep it in your sight always.
Where are the pixies?
They're just if you had made sure that they're safe, they would have run off into the woods.
Okay.
It just disappeared. I put it in my pants, in my shorts. It was right here. It disappeared. Did it disappear into me? Am I like part magic now?
Try magic. See if it works. Stick your hand out. Cast a spell.
Can you fly?
That seems like a lot of magic. But how much magic does it take to fly? He's gonna like
just start
his hand out.
As he's doing that, I want to use let me find it. I want to use wild touch.
I was gonna use minor illusion to do something to make it look like he did a spell.
So he's like, okay, what? Okay, he's like, okay, what's a great warrior spell? You know what? What if my like axe could throw fireballs?
Yeah, you should try that.
Okay, so he's gonna like play. And you're like see him like grit his teeth, right? To like he's like he needs it. Like just the whole face, the veins and like all the sweat.
Iso's just like flicker fingers and do like a little minor illusion to make it look like just a little tiny spark just flies off. The end of the weapon.
Okay.
Flames. Whew.
Yes, see the most part. You see my name go on the screen.
Grant is just watching all of this.
Asen, if you can absorb pixies, what else can you absorb?
Right?
That's a really good point, Mayrin.
What about
It
dragons?
might be that greatest one. Oh my
What
god.
about dragons?
While this is going on, DM, I'd like to catch up to Maul Ripper and Dung Snout, and just, if food is something you're worried about while you're on your travels, and I'll take the fishing net off of my bag, at least be able to catch some, and I'll hold it out to them.
Dung Snout would shake his hand and say, "No, I can make sure we eat. It's just having the gold was going to be helpful. It's just a mercenary thing." And then Maul Ripper would look at you and be like, "It is a pleasure to be acquaintances or whatnot. I do not need your fishing net. I do have traps for a smaller animal." With us.
Ace is gonna hand them a gold a piece. He's gonna be like, "No worries," and just like, "There's a gold. There's a gold." All right. He's all proud. I can do magic now.
They're
Yeah.
both gonna look at the gold and then look at Asen, and Maul Ripper's gonna just be like, "That's fantastic," and just play along with everybody else.
He sees me around doing this.
Yeah. It was a great spark that will someday engulf the world in fire, my friend.
I need much more training, but it's a start. So,
That it is.
do you want to travel with us now? You can wipe my blades.
No, we have to get back home. It is
And he's gonna like hand out. What if I give you another gold? You like these things?
No. Next time we meet, though, I promise I will wipe down your blade for you.
And he's gonna look back at
Vishat.
but thank you,
Mhm.
Vishat, and be like, "Do you pay your people?"
No, they have to. They're my followers, my kin.
Nah, dude.
Don't you dare.
Yeah, he's like, "I need followers."
You do.
It comes with renown.
So I don't know what that means.
Fame.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Fame, then followers,
Yes.
and then they clean my blades.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It seems like the natural order.
You can have them do many things. Watch. And he looks and goes and like makes a snapping sound, and out of a shadow, it looks like they just become from like the shadow of a tree. 3 rats like run up, and before they can touch his blades, he like looks and gestures, and they run over to Asen and look straight up and hold their hands out for your blade.
He's like, "Careful. It's magic." And he's gonna like,
All 3 of them nod. You'll notice that they're all blind.
Three blind mice.
So as you pull the blade down, they move to the side and they go up and down the axe, and it is very shiny. And there's now a small coat of like wax on it so that it stays a little bit shiny and glistens. And then they immediately run back into the shadows, and as they hit the shadows, it's like they disappear.
"Okay, I just need you to fully understand. This is now a side quest for Ace. It's like my own shadowed blade wipers. Oh yes."
And Vishat looks around and he looks very proud of himself because he gets to show off. And he also kind of like, he pulls his cloak down so you can see like his gnarled up, messed up ear and the other one that's kind of full. It's like a big mousy ear, and he kind of he just puts his head up, and you can see this as he it's into the sunbeam and kind of just takes it all in for a second.
Definitely looking at my reflection in the axe. Just
after a couple moments, Grant is gonna be like, "All right, so now we go to the we're going to the tower and moving into the abbey."
First, there's someone you should speak with, and I'll point towards Vachette.
Grant kind of looks over at Vachette, looks back at all of you, and goes, "Why?"
I believe there's a chance you could come to an arrangement to keep from having to continue killing rats.
Or each other.
Grant kind of looks down at Vachette, and Vachette kind of shakes, puts his hood back up for a second, and then looks over and goes, and then calls over to Asen. "This bull is with you."
I'm by myself. This is my team. And he's like, the other two. They are with me.
The other two.
Vachette.
I'm sorry. You're right. Should I ask the other 5?
So it could include Grant.
Vachette's eyes kind of thin, and he shakes it off and goes and says, I don't know what that means, but
And it's fine, 1, 5, 5, 5. These 5 are with me.
His eye twitches a little bit. He understands finally.
Yeah.
And he makes eye contact with Isis, and there's an understanding now between both of them. And he goes, "I see. All right.
I can assure you, Vachette, she would look at Grant and look back to him. He helped us. He's with us.
Letting a handful of you travel through our region is okay, but not an entire crew of workers. You understand?" And Grant gestures back to the 10 or so other minotaurs.
Yeah, it's like, look, this right here, and she would gesture to the 10, is the max. There are no more. This is it. This is all.
Soul will pipe up at the end of that and just say, and they're not trying to go far, just to research this area, learn what happened here.
Mm-hmm.
They're historians, not killers.
And then Grant would smile and say, "Yes, and to remove the books and anything else we find for us."
You remind me of someone I know.
One of you got to roll me presence on advantage.
I'll just grant you advantage on this one because I cannot roll for shit on presence.
You can do it since I'm the one who initiated that Grant was part of the group.
Sure.
That idea. Go for it.
With advantage.
Yes.
With advantage, it is a 28.
Ooh.
On fear.
Still 28, though.
It's still a 28.
Super hot.
Vachette will look back, and he will quickly do the numbers, and then also as he's doing that, Professor Hamlin will bumble out of his little area, and he'll then add another one to it, and he will look back and smile, this big old ratty grin, and he'll say, Aeson and I have a standing arrangement for a fight. How about this? Aeson, if you best me in our duel, I will allow free passage for you and all of the group. You can rest up first.
I don't care about them though.
Yes, but they are part of your group and they are trying to make a deal. If we can add to the deal for fun.
Isis would lean into Aeson a little bit and be like, when you help other people, that's how you get the fame and you get the followers. This is where it starts, Aeson.
But that's against rule number 5.
You want people to clean your blades and have followers in the shadows?
Oh, he's gonna like stomp his feet a little bit. Just
break a rule, Aeson. Be dangerous. Break a rule. It's cool.
And thus peer pressure was born.
Rule number 5. Rule of cool, Aeson.
Rule of cool. Number.
That is not a rule Master told me.
Your master doesn't know everything.
It's a hidden rule that I was instructed to give to you much later.
It is an extra planar rule. You only know this if you live on another realm.
Yeah, that is true. Mayrin and I can definitely vouch for that.
Okay, but this is a rule.
Yeah,
it is a rule.
Yes.
My mother's mother told me this rule.
As sure as your fire magic, this is a rule.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. Vashat is going to look around and go, we said no magic during the fight.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So my newly acquired fire magic is not going to be helpful.
You can turn it off. You don't have to use it.
I have an idea. How about Aeson, you and I fight because we have a standing agreement. And Isis places a bet on our fight, and if you win, then she'll win her bet.
Okay.
All right.
I think that makes sense.
And Vashat will make eye contact with Isis again and nod.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then
You kind of hear Marin. Marin's like, I don't think that's how gambling works.
How many other of these hidden rules are there?
You will discover them in time along your journey.
Vashat is gonna start to, and then Grant will just bellow from the side, 5 more.
Marin's got to turn around and just.
Like Ace is just gonna nod. Yeah, that's what Master said too.
Yeah. See?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Grant will be like, everybody clear. Come on, make room. Let's let Great Warrior Aeson and a rat fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you're good. You ready? You ready, Morgan?
Yeah, sure. We'll go for it.
Okay.
Especially since I got my 1 HP back, and
you can reset your sheet to full rest if you'd like.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, go ahead.
Bet. Cool. So,
everybody.
Aeson's gonna give like a battle order and like charge full on.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're gonna swing with the axe, and no worries, I won't use my new magic. We promised.
So honorable.
He truly is the warrior that we've all been waiting for.
That's what I do. That is a
You
12 with fear.
Cool.
You could, in a way. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Marin's gonna say to Isis, you could, in a way, say he's the hero of ages.
And then, as you swing and as you're saying, "Don't worry, I won't use my magic,"
Right.
Lashat will run up your blade's hilt and whisper and say as he runs like down your back, and he'll whisper to you, "That's good. That's good. Keep our agreement." And you'll miss him on fear. I will. I'm going to explain things as they happen now.
Okay.
I have 4 fear currently. I will.
Okay.
I get to spotlight him once now because you failed. Vashat has a passive called Relentless 3. So every time he's spotlighted, he gets 3 turns. So I will now swing on you 6 times.
Oh, okay.
Woo!
And so the first 2, one's a nat 1. That's kind of fun. So
we're just gonna be like.
1 hits. 2.
Okay, what are the ones that hit? Can I get numbers?
Oh, I'm sorry. A 24 and a 23.
Okay.
A 14 and a 8.
The 14 and 8 miss.
Yes. Good. We're on the same page.
Cool.
And then the next one was a 27. I rolled a natural 19. And he has a +8 to hit.
Okay, that's fine.
And then the last one was a actual 10.
Okay, so that's 3 that hit.
All right.
It's correct.
Great.
All right.
All right. So the first one. 1, 2, 3. I will use one of my fear to add an experience to his experience to this called Assassinate. So it'll be +3 damage to the first hit.
Okay.
And it will do 11, 12, 17, 30 damage.
Awesome. I'm going to use Scramble to avoid damage entirely and then move safely out of melee range.
Very good. Yep. So then the other 2 hits will miss. And I will gain a fear because of his passive momentum. So I will have 3 fear. And then because you are moving out away from him, I will mark a stress and use Ace in the Hole, and his tail dagger will swing on you.
Okay.
I rolled a nat 20, but we don't do nat 20s for the GM, so that will be a 28 to hit.
Okay.
And I will do damage, which is just... Oh, that was a good roll, too. 6. That'll be 23.
Okay.
How much HP do I do?
I am going to reduce it with armor. 23. I don't think I want to reduce it that far, maybe. Yeah, I'm just going to do 1 armor slot to take it down to 5 to do 2 HP.
You will also lose 2 hope and mark 2 stress for the poison.
Okay, 2 hope.
As he lands, he'll drop the 2 blades to the ground and say, "Dirty, dirty," and pull out 2 more.
Okay, so I lost 2 hope and I add 2 stress?
Yeah. And
okay,
then,
cool.
And then, like I said, he'll drop his 2 blades that he swung at you with and go, "Dirty," and pull out 2 more from his back.
Right.
And you can go.
Well, thank you.
Yep.
You're allowed to go now.
Exactly.
I
Right?
don't
See,
have to.
anybody else
I don't
that's
have
trying
to let her. I have 3 more fear.
Oh my god, that's nuts.
Oh, Vashad
Okay.
is absurd. I want you to understand. This is
Yeah,
a
no, this is exciting. I don't
absurd
think
character.
Jason has ever fought anybody like this crazy, right? So
No.
he's gonna be like thrilled. He's like, "Oh my god, like did you just do that?" Like, "Arr!" And so he's gonna like charge back in, just take another swing at him. This is so much fun. That is a 25 on hope.
You hit.
Yes.
Let's go.
Right.
When he hits him, the 3 of you lose a hope.
Bad.
I didn't have any more hope to lose, so you know.
No.
That's cool. Mayrin just said no, and I'll explain why afterwards. Please, how much damage did you do?
Okay, hold on. 19, 19, 20, 21, 22 damage.
Okay, so as the blade the blunt axe falls onto him and hits him, he stands firm and takes the hit, and just kind of like leans into it a little bit, and he goes, "That was really good." And,
Right? Oh man. Aiden's fully blushing now. He's just like, yeah.
and he'll mark 1 HP, and as he marks 1 HP, the rest of you will realize he's not bleeding. This is just him fully taking the hit from the axe. And he'll say, that was a fantastic attack. Please, again.
Seeing that, I'm gonna mark it stress to swap in a soldier's bond into my loadout, and I'll just call out to Asen. Good hit. Few more like that, and he'll be right where you want him. To give us both 3 hope.
That's cool.
Oh, you give me 3 hope?
That's
okay.
awesome.
Both of us gain 3.
That's
a soldier's
amazing.
bond.
Nice.
As you do that, he'll gesture for the crowd, like as if he's gesturing for the crowd, and you'll start to hear clapping from all the shadows.
Oh god.
Just
Bet.
just hundreds of mice clapping from all the different shadows around.
All right. We are rolling again.
Yes, please, swing again.
That is a 22 on hope.
Hit him again.
Yes. Throw that over there. All right, let's swing. Okay, let's add the point again. That was a 19. Let's see, 6. And okay, so it was what? It was 22 last time? No, 19, 21, 22, 23. So that's 23. And I think we'll use one of the hopes to add 2 more to make it 25. Like a hope.
Cool.
And we'll call it the quiet approach. I told you I was good at stealth.
This one, you look like you're about to swing to the side, and have you ever seen somebody do the thing with the bat where they swing, let it go, and it spins in the circle, and then you hit it, and then they catch it?
Yes.
I want to say Asen does that with his full on with his axe. Like he goes that and lets it go, and he pulls his hands through him, and then comes back, grabs it, and it hits him the second time. So the second one cleaves into him, and it moves the shot this time. And as it hits him and it moves him, he looks back and he looks a little bit like surprised. There's a little bit of surprise in his eyes as you do the 1 HP to him. And he looks around and goes, "That's wonderful. Okay. I'm going to strike back now."
Massive grin on Aiden's face, like, yeah! Like,
And,
just...
Yeah, I will spend a fear to interrupt.
Okay.
And then spend a fear to highlight or to spotlight Vishat, triggering his relentless passive, and I will swing on you 6 times.
Okay.
Fucking ridiculous.
Mayron's gonna look at Isis and say, "We are betting on the rat, right?"
Absolutely.
Oh,
Don't tell Asen that though.
Okay, so I don't. What is your AC? What is your thing? Your evasion.
Evasion is 15, but I swear if you get a 17, I'm spending a hope for the 2 experience points.
Spend the hope, and I've hit you once so far out of 4.
Okay.
Okay, 2 more. Another nat 20. I wish I got nat 20s. I think if you want to spend another hope, I will only hit you twice out of the 6.
Yes, that's definitely worth it.
Okay. All right. So the first hit is 32, and the second hit, and the second hit's 29.
That is nuts. Okay. The 32. Wow.
And this looks like him, like literally just like sliding past you, and then there's like 5 or 6 of him, and it almost looks like all the different, and then it looks like more of them are clearing out of shadows from every different spot, and he's just moving so fast and slashing on you. It's not, and for everybody else that's watching, this is not magic at all. This is him just skittering back and forth and making Asen have to like look in multiple directions, so that it literally looks like he's just doing like the Dempsey roll boxing wise, and sliding around him.
I've got 1 HP point left, right? And so like imagine like Asen's probably like all bloody, got all these slashes. He's probably like put his hand to his chest and he's like breathing really hard, and you just see like this giant smile on his face, right? Because this moment when you're closest to death, right? Yeah, like this is it.
Do you say this?
And so you're gonna hear him. Yeah.
When you say this is it out loud, Vashat will nod and say, "Well, it was a good battle. Go," and stand ready for the attack.
Awesome. All right. That there. Roll. That is a 26 on fear.
Yeah, you hit.
All right. And since that was not a hope, okay. Oh, that is 30 damage.
Okay, I will spend a fear and use his uncanny dodge to reduce it by D10.
No worries, but he's still gonna charge full forward.
I'll reduce it by 4, and you'll do 1 HP to him. But yeah, you hit him. I will say this: you have done 3 HP to this rat, and as you swing the last time to hit him, he will like take the hit and slide up the hilt of you and just flick you on the nose and say, okay, let's call it a draw, and then we can do this again.
He's like, we can do this tomorrow.
We can do this tomorrow, my friend. And he puts his hand out to call it a draw and shake.
Asen definitely reaches out to shake his hand. He's like, you are like just this impressive. He doesn't have. He's blushing. He just met an incredible, like, it might as well be a celebrity at this point, like.
And then you'll just hear people like all the clapping from the shadows again, and you'll watch as like a good number of rats stand up out of the shadows and show themselves. And now you'll see in the shadows of all the trees, in the shadows of all of the different buildings around, there's like a lot of sketa. Like an absurd amount of these rats are clapping.
Right. Followers? All followers of yours.
These are the Seekers. They're the ones who protect the Abbey and our way down into the Under. They are my kin, yes.
followers. It's gonna like just turn around and like walk off. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Grant is watching all this, and he just is like, and he looks around and sees all the rats, and he goes, "Is that all of them?"
No, Jesus.
And Vishat turns and looks and says, "Yes, all of us are taking a Sunday. That's what we call it when we get to sunbathe." And and then Grant looks around and smiles, and he looks at Mayrin, and you can see he makes the eye contact with you, Mayrin. And he says, "That's all of them then." And he pulls out a thing and goes, "Go ahead." And you watch and you hear
What?
And you watch as the large tower shatters and explodes and falls in half. Those are the two he sent ahead earlier in the morning. And he goes, "Great, we will be down there this afternoon then." And he looks at Ace and goes, "Great job, Ace," and gives you a thumbs up.
Oh God.
At this point, like Aeson's picking up his blade again, like, and he's like, and he wants to look over to Vishat. We killing the cow now?
Vishat is standing there and he's like twitching and like looking around, and he's like trying to figure out exactly what just it's like a shock to Vishat's system. And I think that's where we'll end this episode.
All right.
Thank you all for watching episode 4. I think that's perfect. That'll give you all a couple minutes to think about this. And thank you all. We love our followers. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. For those who have come back, oh my gosh, we love you. Everybody who's new, thank you so much. Please comment below. Yeah. If you shoot us some comments or throw us some likes or shares, let me know where you can be. Send us links of where you're at. I would love to follow you guys. Please join our Discord. Come hang out. We just want to know everybody. Anyway, thank you guys. See y'all later. See y'all next episode.
Follow Ace.